Bishop Hicks. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're okay with me reaching out to you this way. I thought about requesting a meeting with you, but I thought with your busy schedule, you'd be open for me making this video. When you have a couple minutes, you could open it up and we could communicate this way. So you remember when you were gracious enough to meet with me for my 6-month check-in. So thank you again for doing that. And one of the things I shared was my leadership team and how we're growing together, and they've been so helpful for me. And then on top of that too, of also forming teams as we look at the future of religious education and those big question marks of kind of knowing that things need to change from our current drop-off method here, which again, like it was another reminder because the DRE told me like 2 weeks ago, half the kids just weren't even here. That's another story, although it's kind of related. But we have these teams that are of parents, really devout, and parents who have skin in the game, parents who are faithful, that are meeting, discerning, and praying and fasting on what does RE look like in the future here at Notre Dame in the next couple of years. What is high school ministry and confirmation look like in the next couple of years? And so it's been a beautiful time for us as I've been here new and just assessing things, and to have these people kind of behind me, with me, praying. It's been awesome. It's been great. I feel like we've been getting some more clarity on some of these questions that we've been praying about and looking to the future. Certainly, as I shared with you in your office, we know we can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results as it relates to RE currently for us. We know we need to transition to more of a family-based method. I was just looking at the Notre Dame study that came out a couple years ago, and the same things we see and we talk about all the time about parents' involvement in the faith. And so those things, of course, being more clear in what that might look like. But in the midst of all of this, as this affects staffing and everything of what we want to do, and having resources more allocated towards more mission mode and with the parents. But with that, a key thing that needs to get addressed for us is the confirmation age, and that keeps coming up too. And currently, you remember you were here just a little bit ago, and you know that we confirm at 10th grade, sophomores in high school. And most of the parishes around here confirm in 8th grade. I think all of them do. St. Isaac Jogues, Holy Trinity Westmont, the Downers Grove schools or parishes. That's one thing that's been the history of that here at Notre Dame is they've been asking for it to go to 8th grade for a long time, to bring it to a younger age. That's also in lines with the next stage that we were in is, I was just getting back, and we've been taking, surveys of the whole community and just kind of letting them know, like, we want your input, and, reading their pages of responses in the comment section. And it further confirms the desire for it to go younger. And also what is with the team here in the prayer teams, what's coming to me, what's coming to us is also bring it lower. But my question, and the reason for this is to ask if I could have your blessing to do confirmation in 6th grade. So a little bit younger than what we're maybe used to in the Diocese of Joliet. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is, so it's no secret that, beginning, later in junior high, their kids can get a little more crusty, in the later junior high, 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, there's just a greater docility and openness in general. But I think in terms of receiving the sacrament, receiving the grace, so they're more like sponges. In 6th grade, of course, just more mature than 5th grade. And so I'd like to try 6th grade. And to bring it a little bit younger too is, we know that kids are facing, at a younger and younger age, facing more things that we didn't face, or I didn't even face when I was their age. More temptations, more things in the world. Things are just hitting them at a younger age. So that's another reason, is to have them have that grace to be fortified when they get to those older years into junior high. And so they ask is for your blessing to give us, maybe even let us to have Notre Dame be to try this out, to be a little trial, and maybe we try it for a few years. Of course, there had to be a transition period for us to get there, but to transition to this and to report back to you on what our findings are, what kind of fruit are we seeing, or what lack of fruit are we seeing, and to keep that communication open, and to let you know how is it going, but to first get your blessing on that. Let's see. There's something else. Of course, 8th grade too. I think another reason is 8th grade. We know that you can, as they graduate from 8th grade, it can be conducive to, well, okay, I'm graduating from 8th grade. I'm also graduating from religion, and so that's why I don't really like 8th grade. And I'd like to try 6th grade too for that reason. And we would want to rethink of even 7th and 8th grade, that period of once they get confirmed in 6th grade, is having like 7th and 8th grade be more win orientated as they get into the later years into junior high, into high school. Not to throw catechesis out the window, but to have it maybe the 7th and 8th grade look a little bit different, and into high school as well. There's other programs out there, and other programs and different things that we've been looking into parishes around the country. One thing is like Young Life. You may know about Young Life. It's really big in this area. The Archdiocese of New York I saw come across a couple weeks ago how they just signed the Archdiocese of New York and Young Life signed a joint working relationship. We've been talking with the regional director of Young Life, who's Catholic, of the regional director for Young Life for Catholic Relations. And so anyway, that's a thought for us too, of confirming in 6th grade, and then using the 7th and 8th grade, maybe partnering with Young Life, and still having or us doing something different. But all those are question marks, the things that need to get hashed out. But before moving forward with those things, I wanted to have a touch point with you and ask if we'd have your blessing to at least start moving forward with considering and planning to do confirmation in 6th grade. Obviously, a lot of things need to get worked out. A lot of dedicated people here to help with that and to do that. But wanted to see. So of course, I'd be open to coming in to meet if you'd like, Bishop, or it's hearing back from you via phone call or a thumbs up, whatever that might be. Another video. So please let me know what you think. And before saying no, again, like I said, I'd like to share more of my heart on the reason why I'd like to give this a shot with your blessing. All right, Bishop, thank you so much. Hope you're having a great Lent, and I'll probably see you at the Chrism Mass here in a couple weeks. God bless you. Bye-bye.